Chelsea and Inter are working on a deal to be sending Lukaku to Inter Milan after flopping yet again in the Premier League. This is now twice that this has occurred for the player. Now, Lukaku had flopped in Manchester United and was sold to Inter, and that is where he brought back his goal scoring level, and he ended up being kind of world class in Inter, and then having a huge transfer fee back to Chelsea where he had started for 100 million, and then he just flopped this year. Absolutely flopped, wasn't very good, and fallen out with the team. And this all had occurred when he was flirting with going back to Inter during the season, saying how much he loved Inter, how much he wished he was back, but he was just tired of the hate he was getting. He was £100 million player that was not performing at the top level and was mad that he was being criticized. When you have been transferred to a team that has spent 100 million on you and you are not performing to at least some sort of, sustainable level of play and just at least score maybe 15 to 20 goals, but you should be at least scoring your first season back in the Premier League. You have to have a level of consistency. 100 million is a huge amount of money, and he failed to play to that standard, and he was mad that the fans were not happy and were not supportive, was even talking bad about the manager, all these things Lukaku was doing, and now he is leaving back to Inter, and Inter's doing a fabulous job at negotiating terms, trying to get him on the loan, even thinking about sending Dumfries to Chelsea to, part of the deal so they don't have to spend as much money. This is just beautiful business from Inter, and they're trying to get Lukaku back. They could be losing Lautaro Martinez, but, that rumor's always around. I don't think he'll be leaving. I think we'll be seeing Lautaro and Lukaku, which I'm surprised that he even wants to go back to Inter. I remember Inter was saying that Dzeko was the same thing as Lukaku, but cheaper. They made 100 million off Lukaku, and now they got Dzeko for free, and they're saying it's the same thing up front. And now they're getting Lukaku back, which is kind of funny. But this is just kind of a dub for Inter and an L for Chelsea. But apparently Chelsea are going to be having a huge transfer budget this summer, which so far we haven't heard any, deals from them. Just pure rumors. They're looking at De Ligt to see how his contract extension is going with Juventus. Apparently, what has been the problem in that extension is that the transfer clause that Juventus want to put on him is 120 million and De Ligt wants 80 million because if Juventus managed to fall out of Champions League football, he wants out. And, respectively, that is a good way to go about it. Try to get out of a team that, you are quality of Champions League, and if this team is on the border, basically, they got fourth place barely. They're on the border of being Europa League, and he's worried that they'll fall off, and he doesn't want to be there when they fall off if they do. Because he do have Serie A, who has become a very competitive league. I'm not going to lie. There is about 7 to 8 teams that could make top 4. And you got Roma, too, with Jose Mourinho, who are an up-and-coming team. And, yeah, I would be worried, too, if I was De Ligt. And there's a lot of teams knocking on the door for him. You got Barcelona, Chelsea, all these teams that want him. And I don't blame them for that. And now Chelsea have also been rumored to be going after Cucurella, who I think is an underrated left back, which is, honestly, I think if he goes to a big team, he can become world class. At Brighton, he was their best player by far and won the best player award for Brighton. And honestly, if I, as an Arsenal fan, I want Arsenal to get him. Apparently, we are looking at Aaron Hickey to be a player that can, to be the backup for Tierney, but honestly, Tierney has been injury prone, and I'd love to have Cucurella, who is he should be the starter. Honestly, I would take Cucurella over Kieran Tierney just on the fact that Cucurella played the whole season. Tierney just gets hurt time and time again, and I remember Real Madrid was asking for Kieran Tierney. Honestly, if they offered 50 million, take him. Get Cucurella in for like maybe 35 million. You make 15 million profit, and you get a player who will play at least 30 to 35 games in the Premier League. He'll be more healthy. That's what he proved last season with Brighton. But anyways, back to the topic. You've got Romelu Lukaku going back to Inter on a loan, 25 million transfer fee. Inter's trying to send Denzel Dumfries to Chelsea because they are losing a lot of players due to, how Abramovich is leaving. They're getting a new owner. A lot of these players are leaving on a free. Christensen, Marcos Alonso, Azpilicueta, but Dumfries would be a great signing. You replace Azpilicueta with Dumfries, that would be a really good signing. And then not only that, you got Real Madrid asking for Reece James. Now, Denzel Dumfries would be a good replacement if you were to cash in on Reece James, who could be a lot of money. If Hakimi went for around 70, 80 million or whatever the transfer fee was for him, Denzel Dumfries for 30 million. And then you sell Reece James for around 80 to 90, maybe 100 million. Like, he can go for a lot of money, Reece James. And if Chelsea really want to capitalize on that, then they should. And Denzel Dumfries would be a great replacement for him. He's one of the most underrated right backs. I remember when he was going to Inter for around 12 million. I was like, that is a bargain. He's going to be a good player. And, he's proven that. And you got a lot of teams asking about him. But we'll see how that goes. And Lukaku, I thought his perfect situation would have been replacing Robert Lewandowski at Bayern Munich. And I thought right there you could become a good player in the Bundesliga, which isn't as competitive as the Premier League. And you're going to be joining the best team in the Bundesliga by far. But Inter's also a good situation. He's proven himself there already. So either one is a good move. But I would have gone to Bayern because you've been at Inter. You've also been disrespected by Inter when you left. Bayern would have been a new place. You go with Sadio Mane, another player from a Premier League team. And you would have a nice fit there. And you would probably end up scoring 25 goals that year. Because honestly, in the Bundesliga, Lukaku could easily dominate it. But anyways, leave a comment down below if you think this is a great move for Lukaku to go to Inter, or if it would have been better to go to Bayern Munich or another team. And yeah, please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and thank you guys for watching.